we tried to do some digging as best we could. So in an article with
We're gonna get another blood.
Yeah, well, we're getting another
We're getting another blood.
I'm still waiting on you, wasting all my good years. Gotta keep the space clear so I can hide.
Hi, we're Grace.
And we're here today for episode 3 of Getting Wasted on You, brought to you by Heaps Normal, where we chat shit and get hot tips from all your favourite bands on everything music, geek culture, and of course, how to not get wasted on someone. Today we are joined by Jet City Sports Club.
Hello.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah,
Which one am I
I'm
looking
stoked to
into?
have
You can look
Any of
into
them.
any of them.
any of them,
Okay.
except for probably that one, because
Yeah,
it's not
and it's not on
pointed
you.
at you.
Okay.
That one's about us. Yeah.
No, don't worry.
That's all that this talk show is. That what we're gonna call it?
It's not like late nights with Grace.
We're not
like,
Wait, but maybe it should be.
How is
How
everything
is-
going? You guys have been on tour, like it's been big for you guys. Like, what's going on?
Yeah. Well, yeah, tour started on. Tour started. I'll get used to it. So yeah, tour started on the weekend, and we released a new song on Tuesday.
Woo!
Yeah.
Who are you touring with?
Stumps.
Yes.
Yeah.
Besties.
They're
Yeah.
awesome.
Do you guys have a
Absolutely.
favourite Stump song to watch live so far?
My favourite song of theirs is By Myself.
Oh,
Me
That's-
too.
classic.
It's so sad, but so
So
good.
Yeah.
Every time I'm like, tears comes on, like, I feel you.
Yeah. I say live,
Yeah.
probably all my friends.
Slowly.
When you
Yeah.
get on stage.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the most fun.
I gave myself a huge bruise on my leg because I was going so hard with the tambourine.
Oh, so they were getting you on stage. Wicked. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so good.
I love that that's a continued bit that every time they play there's been some sort of bringing everyone
Yeah.
else,
Yeah, it's
involved
so cool.
with that show. So
Yeah.
It was great. I walked up at the beginning of the song and Kyle was like, no, the bridge. I had to walk
It was
up.
perfect. It was so good.
And he was just like, I'm so sorry, I didn't want to embarrass you, but what were you going to do, stand there for the whole song?
No, he was nice about it. He was like, you could have just sung it with me if you wanted.
Yeah, but I didn't know the words.
Oh, no. To reminisce, we tried to do some digging. So in an article with
Are we gonna get another blood?
Yeah, well, we're getting another
We're getting another blood.
You are asked what things you do when you're feeling it all. And Lila, you said curl up into a ball on your bed and let it all out. Crying feels so good after a while. You look at yourself in the mirror and go, damn, I'm an ugly cry.
that's
And
a great quote.
And that makes you stop crying, get up, and feel so much lighter. Then put on some tunes and dance on the bed. What are your dance on the bed songs?
Shit, this is
That was
intense.
Okay, top of my head, Dreaming, Blondie, and Atomic, Blondie.
Mm.
I like dancing to Blondie. I don't know. It feels very home to me because I've just grew up listening to a lot of Blondie, and then I like to sometimes just shuffle my entire 3,000 songs on Spotify that I've liked and just see what comes up. You know, what was I listening to in 2016?
Yeah.
You know,
Mm.
some random song from high school comes on and you just go with it. I think that's what I do.
The band is called Jet City Sports Club, but I read online that it wasn't really the fact that any of you were particularly sporty. It just sounded cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So, are you members of any clubs other than Jet City?
I can jump in. You haven't done enough digging. I know that you guys all play. Is it Oz tag together?
No, it's futsal. So it's
Oh.
but it's
But
similar.
I've
It's very
seen-
close.
I keep my tabs on the Jet City Sports Club sports endeavours.
Yeah, it's a bit embarrassing. Our team's name is Jet City FC.
Well, when we started it, we were
cool.
like, we didn't know what else, and it was all the band members, and then it was the band members and the band members' partners in the team, because it's a mixed futsal team.
Yeah.
So, futsal's just like 6-a-side soccer.
5-side.
Five-a-side, sorry, five-a-side
Indoor.
soccer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's outside on AstroTurf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like on a normal soccer pitch, but it's a quarter of the size of a normal field.
Yeah.
It's
Obviously.
really fun.
Yeah, it's so good. We
But
made
also-
the... Oh, you go?
I was just gonna say, Sed plays like a billion sports, and Jack started playing all these random sports as well.
I follow a billion sports. I only play one.
True, you don't play
I
soccer.
only play soccer.
Yeah, they're always, pre-show or after show, have got their phone.
No,
Just-
We know people that would go to shows and they'd be all looking to the side
Yeah,
watching the
they'd have
footy.
footy.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, that's us. There was one gig we played. Maybe Vic on the Park or something. I can't remember. But they had the Chooks game on, and I was just kind of playing. What's going on over there?
No, you didn't tell me that.
No, but it was on. What am I meant to do?
I couldn't help but
Yeah,
look
I
at
didn't
it.
ask him to put it
It's
on.
there.
I didn't ask. Can you put it on in the background? Although maybe I will next time.
Yeah, I guess continuing on the throwbacks of past works that you guys have. You have a song called Redfern Station. Do you guys have one, a favourite form of public transport, and two, a favourite suburb in Sydney?
It can't be Redfern.
Yeah. That's the easy answer.
My favourite form of public transport is the ferry to go
So
through
true.
Oh,
Circular
that's
Quay to
such a hot
Manly.
take, man.
Because I used to have to go to Manly a lot from the city for work. I used to just have a venue I used to visit in Manly. And it was just such a nice part of my day because it was just like, oh, I just get to go sit in the water. I always sit outside and you feel a little bit of the sea spraying. Beats a bus, beats a train, any day of the week.
nice.
That's definitely my favourite.
I personally love the train. I think the ferry's a good one, but I used to have to catch a ferry to school, so that's
Yeah,
wiped
ruined
me
it
out.
for you. Yeah.
But train, I love the train because you can read and just chill, and it's just like so good. You can sleep on it,
Yeah.
and you know, buses kind of suck, you know, because you can't read. I get car sick.
Oh, so does Emily.
It sucks.
That's why I thought the ferry was a hot take because like, what do you can't do anything on the ferry. You're just like,
Oh, but when it
Yeah.
bounces,
Yeah,
Yeah, I used to get so sick
you listen to
reading on the
music, you
ferry.
sit outside. It's awesome.
Me and Emily have a ferry moment. When I went and got like all my sticker tattoos that I have, I only got 5 at once, and I went to this shop in Manly specifically to do it, and the only way to get there was the ferry. And Emily came with me for moral support. One day that we decided to go to Manly, it was like the most turbulent seas
choppy.
ever, and poor Em is like just sitting there.
I was
crying.
literally in a ball on one of the chairs, being like,
Yeah, this poor, yeah.
me and my
it was
motion sickness.
just like
We were
flying above the
outside.
water. I was like, is this like, do we die?
And you were trying to like have a combo with me.
Yeah, she was dying. And then I went to get my tattoos and I got so many at once that I almost passed out, and then I had to come back on the ferry, like still like half woozy. It was an experience.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Didn't we have
Yeah.
rehearsal that night?
yeah, I came
Yeah,
to
we
rehearsal with
had
like
rehearsal.
glad wrap around my arm with the fresh tats, being like, I had to message everyone and be like,
I
so I'm
passed
gonna
out
be
today."
late because I almost passed out.
Oh my
So
God.
sorry. So yeah, we love ferry.
More of the story. Ginger tablets. Carry ginger tablets on.
Yeah.
Always helps in the work.
Yeah, I had some pretty good experiences. Like there was one time when, like, just going to school where the ferry had to stop because there was a whale and they couldn't, like, if they moved, they were too close to a whale.
Oh wow.
And then this
That's
huge
crazy.
whale just like went past the ferry.
Wow.
See, would it be like you
Wow.
would
That's
see
so
a whale?
cool.
That was
Yeah.
it was crazy.
That's
and then
sick.
the other good thing was when it was wet weather, we used to, well, like when it was like really bumpy and it was raining, we'd go up onto the roof and you'd hold on to the back of the thing, and when the ferry drops, you jump and you'd literally just like fly up and just like holding on. And then yeah, it was real dodgy, but it was a lot of fun.
You don't experience this on the
Yeah,
T1,
I
that's for sure. As a guitarist, my most important question is, where are the Stratocasters? They're, like,
Okay,
where are they?
I actually have 2 Stratocasters.
Where are
And
they?
I love Strats, but I don't know. I just never choose to play with them live.
Jazzmaster Supreme.
Yeah, the Jazzmaster. Oh, I love it so much. I'm in love with this
Can you
guitar.
convince me to buy a Jazzmaster?
I can, and I will. They're smooth like butter.
Actually, Mustangs for me. Mustang number
Ooh,
1. That's my
yeah.
favourite bass.
Really?
Easily, yeah. I play a Mustang pretty much every show. I love it. It was in repairs recently. I played my old Music Man Stingray, which I also love, but I got these itty bitty hands, so Mustangs for me are like the bomb. They're so good.
I recently went to a store and I'm leaning towards a Gretsch.
Yeah.
I think that, but speaking on small hands as well, the Gretsch that I picked up, and I was like,
Here
this
we
is
go.
the best guitar ever, junior guitar. I was like, wow, this is so much easier to play. It's because it's small. I was
Yeah.
like,
Built for small people.
But that's fine.
Small scale
What's
guitar
wrong with
is
that?
good.
true.
My Mustang's small scale. It's great.
I complained about having small hands and everyone gave me shit about it. And then we compared lengths of like pinky fingers when I was like, I literally can't reach. And my pinky finger is like half the size of
Show
everyone
it for the
else's in
camera,
the bed.
Yeah.
Like, why? Why is she so small? Yeah, absolutely. I guess continuing on our kind of like hook for this segment, our other little tagline based on like our most recent releases, don't get wasted on him, don't get wasted at all. Because obviously Heaps Normal is a non-alcoholic beer. Do you guys have any advice for any self-care or self-love for people who feel like they're wasting their time on someone a little bit?
Wasting their time on somebody.
That's a really good pivot into the single.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Yeah, our single's called Drugstore, Waste My Time.
Ours is a bit, we're sad about wasting our time, but you guys seem a bit happy to waste your time. So
Well, that's the
where-
opposite.
Yeah. Well, I suppose just to preface, I mean, the Waste My Time, it's actually more a song about pining after someone that you might not even know, or you know, you're at a pub and you see someone in the distance and like they look cool and they look like they're having fun and you're just kind of into them and you're drawn to them for some reason, and then it sort of spirals and then you're there like being like, well, come on, like we'll waste all our time together. And so it's not necessarily about being stuck in a relationship and wasting all your time together.
Yeah.
But I suppose the idea is that if you feel like you're wasting your time, then you're probably not in the right relationship.
Yeah, bang on.
And if you're in the right relationship, then you're making the right amount of time for yourself as well. You know, you have to, in any relationship, you have to give yourself time and give yourself space. And if you're giving yourself enough space and you still feel like you're wasting your time when you're spending time with this person, then you're not in the right relationship.
Facts.
Just Amy,
That's heavy.
just Amy.
Yeah.
I have nothing to add to that.
Continuing on good advice, if you could look back at little versions of you before you started the band, back when maybe you were younger and not even quite had this dream yet, what would you kind of tell them now, looking down at your little self?
I always wanted to be a superstar from day one. After wanting to be an acrobat when I was like 4, then I was like, I want to be a superstar, like singer. I would tell my little self that just enjoy the ride. Dream massive, because if you don't dream, then that you don't even have a chance. There's, you know, and that's it, I suppose.
Mine would be, don't be such a perfectionist, because a lot of the time when I was, 15, 16, writing songs and trying to just come up with something, I'd get so caught up in like, this isn't as good as the artist that I want to sound like. And because of that, it would sit on my hard drive, it would never move further than that, and it would die, and the song would just nothing would ever come of it. Just give yourself a bit of a break and put it out and see what happens. Do you know what I mean? Just if songs are just stuck on your computer, they're not going to do anything for you. You know, put things out in the world. We're at a really exciting time for, I guess this is more of a producer thing than it is a band thing, but we're at a really exciting time for anyone who wants to write beats and things like that, with some really great platforms for selling them online. It's a really good place to build a catalogue, and just don't be such a perfectionist about it. Just make something cool, get it out there, see what happens, you know? I think perfection can be the kind of death of art a lot of the time if you worry way too much about, is it good enough? Let other people decide if it's good enough, you know?
Yeah,
I think that's fine.
that's good words.
I have fun. I know myself. Like I'm huge into that. Like that hit so close to home. In terms of that, like then it impacts all facets of really everything. Like when you're doing, like even uni or anything else. Like when you're studying, or even when it comes to just general life, talking about relationships. This idea that you kind of grew up with this perfect relationship or something like that, and that never kind of manifests. You go, where was that? But it's like it's kind of just been there all along.
Yeah.
But it's like that was really cool to hear.
Yeah.
And I think like being in a band, like I don't know if you guys would agree, but I know that all of us separately are quite perfectionists, and I think it's the fact that when we come together and there's one person that's like, oh, but this isn't the right thing, we've got 3 other people to like hold us all accountable and be like, no, just do it. Just do it. And I feel like that's how all of our best ideas have happened, is one person has been like, haha, lol, we should do this thing, oh, but no, that would take too much work, and then someone else has gone, lol, let's do it, as just kind of a bit of a meme, and then it's happened, and that's how we've ended up doing a lot of things. So
That's how this very interview series
Yeah.
started.
honestly, it was,
And here we are.
yeah,
It's perfect.
exactly. So do you guys feel like, do you feel like that's similar in your like band dynamic, that you get to kind of like hold each other kind of accountable and push each other all a little bit more than you would if you're like separate artists?
I think so.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I feel like, you know, you have your highs and lows of like push, you know, and it's so nice to have a band there so that you're pulling and pushing.
Yeah.
And like you're all supporting each other and you're all coming up with ideas and different things.
Mm.
And you know, there are times where we're in band practice and someone has an idea and then it's very split and we just sort of stand there like and then we just have to whittle it down, figure it out, and or agree to disagree
Yeah.
and move on.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, totally. I think with that, always try it. Because
Yeah.
if it's a bad idea, or I don't think there is really such thing as a bad idea in this kind of dynamic. There's things that don't work as well and things that work better. But always give it a crack, because you can always just go, no, I don't like it, and go back. But you can never hear something that hasn't happened. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
100%.
I think push and pull is a really good way to put it as well, because you do sometimes all need to be pushed, whether it's someone else pushing each
Exactly.
other.
Totally.
But sometimes, and I'm sure that you guys are on tour right now, you could relate to needing to be pulled back a little bit, slow down.
Yeah.
So I think that it's nice to have that.
100%. Yeah.
We had a
Agreed.
big weekend, and
Yeah.
it's like weekend one,
Yeah.
and I woke up this morning and was like, I need to chill.
Yeah.
out. Like,
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I cannot do anything today. This is my day.
Yeah.
I'm having a restful day. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I guess our final thing, is there any little hints you can give us about what the rest of the year looks like for Jet City?
We'll just say that we have music coming.
Okay.
Big things.
It is-
coming.
That's
Big
gonna be
things
big
coming.
words.
Music coming.
It is recorded. Is one
It
thing
is
I'll
recorded.
say. It's done.
And
Beautiful.
it's coming very soon.
Yes.
Exciting.
Very
It's- yes.
exciting.
In which case, thank you so much, Jesse.
Thank
You're
you.
very welcome.
Thanks for having
Thank you so much
us.
for having us.
And when's your next show?
This
In
Thursday. What date's that? 3rd of August? 4th of
Yeah,
August?
the
3rd of
3rd
August.
of
In
August.
Port Macquarie.
at
There you
Port
go.
Macquarie.
There you
And
go.
Vinny's-
So, Port Macquarie,
Vinny's bar.
And if you don't catch them at that gig, you can see them on the Stumps Life Moving Past You tour. And yeah, thanks.
Yeah, they've just got a song out, so go listen to that. Listen.
Tell us, what was the name of the song again? Remind us.
Drugstore, in brackets, waste my time.
Awesome. Thank you,
Thank
Jesse.
you so much.
Thanks so much for having us.
And now you get this whole box of Heaps more.
Yay!
Merry
I mean,
Christmas.
Oprah gave it right.
Oh.
Here we go.